Hi, leadership class. So this is week 2, and we're going to find out more about leadership. So over here, we've got our to-do list. This is a really easy way to find out what you're supposed to do overall in the week, and I like to title it by the days of the week to help you out, so you'll get everything done and completed. Most of the time, there is one task to do each day, and they're given 25 points usually a piece. So you can click here to go to your first assignment, or since our first task is to read chapter 1, what I would do is probably come down here to week January 19th through the 22nd and click there. And then I would go through these tasks. So we're going to read chapter 1 this week, and it is a slideshow. So this is nice because it kind of breaks things apart and you don't feel like you're reading all these pages of material. The value of a leader is directly proportional to the values of the leader. So the first thing is about working on yourself and your own values. There are 2 types of leaderships. There's systemic leadership, which is often king or a dictator telling everybody what to do. And then there's servitude leadership, which focuses on leaders seeking various ways to support the followers on emphasis of ownership by all. So your group is part of who you want to help. And in this situation, you might be thinking of, well, who's my group? You know, if I'm a leader, who is the group that I'm leading? So I want you to think of a couple of things, like, are you involved in sports? You could think of yourself as if you want to gain a leadership position as a, coach, or what type of job in the future would you like to have? And what type of leadership skills would that type of person need? Or if you were in band, for instance, if you want to be a section leader and help your section out or your instrument group out, then what type of skills would you need to have? So obviously we're going to be talking about servitude leadership because that talks about supporting the group and how you can support a group to be better. So I'm not going to read all this to you, but I do want you to carefully read the case study. And there is a story. There's lots of stories in this book, which is really awesome. And then you're going to read the relationship this has to leadership and what type of relationship does this have to your life. So 2 different ways of saying that leadership is for giving, and number 2, leadership is for giving. So kind of interesting, 2 different meanings there. Really take everything to heart that is in this wonderful chapter. Leadership is the opportunity to give, contribute, roll up your sleeves, and begin moving in a positive forward direction. A leader does what it needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether he or she wants to do it, without anyone asking. So often, especially while we're home and all of us have various tasks going on, I'm sure your families are trying to work and get you guys doing schoolwork and all of that. So a leader is, for instance, and many of you have shown leadership this year in your schoolwork, you're having to get it done. You might not want to do it, and it needs to be done in a timely manner and without being asked. Hopefully your teachers are doing the best they can to ask for it, and your parents are, asking you to do it, but hopefully they're not even having to do that anymore. Hopefully you're showing a lot of responsibility and self-dedication to your own education, and you are doing all those things, and doing that is showing leadership skills. I know some of you are thinking, well, I'm not a leader, I was just kind of put into this class. That's really not true. Many of you show leadership skills every day, and I'm just here to point those out and to help you see that those skills that you already do, just, if you do them and continue to do them, you're going to become a better person and overall have a better outlook on the world. All right, so we're going to read all of this. The solution is simple. Make sure you forgive the people that you're working with. We're not always perfect, and so the people that you ask to do tasks might not be able to do them, and so always be forgiving and help them out, especially younger people that we might be helping out. Correct and proceed forward. So always make sure that you're proceeding forward and thinking in the future. Don't get caught up in failure, because failure is actually just a way for us to learn so that we can get better, learn from it, and move on. Okay, ask yourself, how do you see yourself contributing to this? How does it relate to you and your life? Are you ready and willing to add these extra responsibilities to your schedule? And are you ready to make a positive difference? So even if you're not part of a group right now, maybe you can't even get with your group to have a leadership experience. It doesn't really matter. You're kind of doing that already with your family units, and we might have to think about it as our group being our family unit and how we're all contributing and helping each other with the responsibilities of trying to take care of school and work and everything that we do during this quarantine time. So the game here is actually what your assignment is. You're going to write down 5 character attributes that you see as critical to being a successful leader. And then we're going to actually discuss it in our Wednesday Google Meet. Then you're going to write down 5 character traits that are detrimental to a successful leader. And you're going to talk about whether or not you have permission. Don't worry about this video thing coming up. It's just I'm in student view, so it says I don't have permission, but I do. And you do too. All right, so you're going to read that first, which is chapter 1, and then you're going to complete your assignment. It does talk about discussing, and you can discuss it with someone if you want to, with your family. These are really good things to discuss, but we're also going to discuss them Wednesday in our Google Meet from 10 to 10:30. So there's our Google Meet. That's what we're going to do that day. You also have a quick Wednesday assignment. What do you want your organization to achieve? So again, if you don't have a group that you're thinking of, you can already put it into your family unit. You know, what as a family unit do you want to achieve? So make a list of 10 goals that serve as a perfect description of your dream group. And again, this could be your family, or you could even think about what type of job in the future you want to have, your dream job, the ideal sports team, your freshman class, if you want to be president of the freshman class, a youth group that you're part of with your church. It could be band, it could be robotics. So any organization that you're part of, 10 goals that you want. The dream list provides a framework within the organization for the strategies to get formulated. So this is where we start to figure out what we're going to try to do and lay out the footwork. So guide the actions of the organization, spells out its overall goal, provides path and guidance for decision making. So the various grouped goal dreams will serve as a blueprint to guide the focus of every action taken on behalf of the group's growth. Okay, so how are we going to do it? So a mission statement is all about its goals, but it also has to have some sentences about how you're going to lead the group to success. And then number 3 is write a letter stating why you want to be the leader for that organization and what you want to contribute to the organization or community via your leadership skills and talents. So this is the why you want to serve a group. You will write a letter to the organization stating why you are a good candidate for a leadership position. This is often like a resume cover letter if you're interviewing for a job position that you want. But here's just an example, and you could kind of copy and paste this and fill in the examples of why you have these characteristics to be a great leader for this group. So you'll write, dear to whom it may concern, or if you know it's a major company and you know their boss's name, you might put that there. And then I'm writing to apply for the leadership, whatever type of leadership position at this organization. I believe I would make a great candidate for this leadership position because, and you're going to list several different examples of why. And then please let me know if you're interested in my services for your organization. I look forward to joining your team. Sincerely, your name. So I've kind of done some of actually this is the easy work. You're going to put in the hard work and actually show why you have the attributes that the organization would want. Go to TED Talk and pick an article that demonstrates leadership success. And then what we're going to do is we're going to share these out a little bit, but we're going to do so many of these that you're going to learn a lot about leadership just by listening and watching many leaders on TED Talk. So you're going to share the URL, why it was relevant, what is the main talking points, what did you take away from the video, and sometimes we'll share these with the group too because they're just really fun to find out what everybody's found. And then you'll do a Flipgrid. I'm going to leave student view so you can see it. You'll do the Flipgrid here. Now, if you're in Safari, actually I'm in Safari, so it doesn't really like Safari's operating system. It might not pop up. But if you have Chrome, it works just fine. So Chrome is what it's happiest with. I hope this helped all of you for this week's assignments, and I look forward to seeing you guys in your Google Meet on Wednesday from 10 to 10:30. Bye, guys.